Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about the longer version of This Is Fate. Preeta suspects that Natasha is not Sherlin's real sister, and Preeta finally brings Mahesh out of basement and put him in the house so that he can live like a normal person with the entire family. But Prithvi was not happy with this. So let's continue. Preeta is adamant that now Mahesh is going to stay with his family since he has come out of the basement after 2 years, so it is going to take him some time to recover. Binge also agrees with Preeta, informing everyone that it will take some time for Mahesh to recover. Prithvi asks that how is it possible since he himself is having difficulty in going upstairs and he feels that the stairs are dizzy. Preeta once again says that they are only going to do the correct thing, which will be followed and nothing else, even when it is difficult. Binge asks Karan to take his father upstairs. Prithvi asks that how is it possible, as Mahesh himself is feeling that the stairs are moving. Preeta gets irritated, asking if Prithvi can stop talking since it is not nice. Grandma stops Prithvi, asking Karan that he can take Mahesh to his room. They all walk upstairs, and Prithvi loudly says to Mahesh that he cares a lot for him, and he was right since the stairs are not moving, and Prithvi also walks upstairs. Natasha comes to Preeta asking that what has happened since she was caring a lot for the Luthra family. Preeta replies that why does she care even if she is sympathetic towards the Luthra family, and Natasha replies that she is happy that Preeta cares a lot for this family. BG calls Natasha as Nato. Natasha corrects BG, explaining that her name is Natasha, and BG replies that she is only going to call her as Nato since she is like it, and she always tends to stand in the middle of everything. BG informs Natasha that the girl seems nice when they leave the house after staying for a while, but Natasha doesn't have any intention of leaving, and she doesn't even want to. Hearing what BG says, Natasha says that she is going to remember her advice, and so she leaves. The Luthra family helps Mahesh enter the room. He sits on the bed, and seeing this, everyone is really happy. After a while, Prithvi walks into the room. He assures them that there's no need for Mahesh to be worried about anything since he is surrounded by his family and he should be comfortable. Karan asks Mahesh to lie down on the bed. Prithvi thinks that this is the right time to show everyone that he cares a lot for Mahesh, and whatever Preeta does for him will be wrong. So whatever he does will be good for Mahesh, while everything that Preeta does is wrong. Prithvi offers to bring water for Mahesh. Girish offers to bring the water. However, Prithvi is adamant to only bring the water himself. Karan assures everyone that he would be fine after a while since they have brought him just now, and he sits beside Mahesh, and Raki also sits down by his feet. Prithvi is walking in the hall and he stops seeing Preeta coming down the stairs. He thinks that he is really excited to see Preeta since he can see her plans which she made of the future. Since Preeta plans to bring Mahesh out of the basement, but the medicine that Mahesh has been taking will not go away in a single day, and the fight that Preeta is fighting for Mahesh will not be so easy. And Preeta also thinks in her mind that she would surely make sure that Mahesh comes back to his family once again. Prithvi thinks that he knows what Preeta is thinking, but Preeta will not be able to do anything, and she will not be able to make Mahesh come back to his family. Preeta thinks that Prithvi will be wondering what she will be doing, but she has only come here to help Mahesh, and she would only protect Mahesh from Prithvi. Prithvi, walking to Preeta, thinks that Preeta still has a cause of tension since Preeta always thinks that she is aware of his plans, but he surprises her with a new style of attack for which Preeta doesn't even have any solution. Prithvi offers Preeta water, saying that she looks worried. However, Preeta refused to have it. Prithvi explains that it did not happen like Preeta desired, since Preeta wanted Mahesh Luthra to be shifted to his room from the basement, but it cannot happen. Prithvi says that Preeta herself saw that Mahesh found the stairs to be moving, because of which Mahesh himself was dancing, but it is not the case, as only Mahesh's mind was dancing. Prithvi even advised Preeta not to do this, since this is not her work, while he is really good in doing them. Prithvi explains that the relationship between a doctor and a patient is really strange since they know what is the best for their patient, but if there is any sort of problem for the patient, then they can cut it. So just like that, he is the doctor of Mahesh Luthra, and he knows that it is the best for Mahesh to live in the basement. Prithvi says that Raki is sort of an emotional person since she is his wife, so she desires that he celebrate the birthday with his family. But what if Mahesh creates a scene and then causes a lot of problems for them all? Prithvi leaves asking if Preeta is understanding what he meant. He leaves, so Preeta thinks that Prithvi is not understanding what she is planning because she is going to make sure that Mahesh celebrate the birthday with them and it will be proved that Mahesh is not a mad person. However, Prithvi doesn't know if before that it will be proved that Prithvi himself is a mental patient. Prithvi enters the room where the entire Luthra family is sitting and he asks Karan to help Mahesh drink the water. Prithvi tries to explain that he is a well-wisher of the Luthra family and he cares for them and he wants to say something to them, and what is wrong, but sometimes it tends to be more wrong. Prithvi says that they all should not make the same mistakes as Preeta. They are saying that Mahesh is not well and the best place for Mahesh is the basement, but to bring Mahesh out of the basement just for the party is wrong, and he feels that Preeta might have challenged someone, so nothing is more important for Preeta than her ego. Prithvi says that Preeta also fired Mona, and they all see that Mona has been taking care of Mahesh for a long time, and Preeta might have had some differences with Mona, but she fired her. Karan says that Preeta was not wrong in firing Mona, since if Mona can poison Preeta, then who knows what Mona can do to Mahesh. Shailene also started arguing with Prithvi, asking if Prithvi thinks that they do not know what Preeta is doing because Preeta is always wronging them, but then she is sure that Preeta can never harm Mahesh because she would be ruining her own plans. Prithvi asks Kritika if she trusts Preeta. Kritika replies that she trusted Preeta a lot, which is why her heart has broken, and how can she trust someone who has two faces, and Preeta shows one side of her face to the world while she keeps the other side hidden. Karan tries to stop Kritika, and Kritika replies that Preeta herself accepted that she came here for the sake of money. Karina says that she knew the truth from the start, that Preeta only came here for the sake of money, and she seeks approval from her mother, who replies that she doesn't want to think about it, since whenever she questions herself, then she gets only one answer, and that is that Preeta is not doing the right thing. Preeta is cooking and Binge comes there, informing her that she is really eager after smelling the delicious food. Preeta replies that she is cooking peas soup for Mahesh, which he likes a lot. Binge says that Preeta is beautiful and she is also clever along with having good taste, and she also feels really good after everyone will smile after eating the food. Binge asks that why does she feel that Preeta is tensed, and Preeta replies that she doesn't know how she can help Mahesh get healthy in one day, and she feels that if Mahesh stays with them, then she along with everyone will be able to take care of him. Otherwise, if Mahesh is sent back to the basement, then he might once again be poisoned just like before, since they cannot watch him every day or every time. BG explains that she knows that Prithvi was trying a lot to send Mahesh into the basement, but in order to stop Prithvi, Preeta must do something that Prithvi can never think of anything else. Preeta, after waiting for a while, says that she has found a plan. Raki says that she doesn't care what everyone says or thinks about, as she is like the old Raki who does whatever she thinks in her heart, and she knows that Preeta is only doing this for the sake of Mahesh, and Preeta cannot wrong the Luthra family at any given point. Prithvi says that Raki is saying this because she is a really nice person and she cannot see the evil in anyone else, but Preeta is not right. Karina says that she never agrees with Preeta in anything, but she would agree with Preeta this time. Karina says that Preeta has done nothing wrong with Mona, and hearing this, everyone is shocked, while Prithvi and Shailene are surprised. Karina explains that she never agrees with Preeta, but she will stand with Preeta this time because Preeta has done nothing wrong with Mona, and Preeta doesn't know how Mona was working, as even though Mona was appointed to take care of Mahesh, but Mona used to scare Mahesh with the hunter, and she even tried to control them. Prithvi asks that did Karina forget the reason that Mona was beating Mahesh, and it was because Mahesh was getting really violent and he tried harming them. Karina replies that even then, there are a lot of other ways to control Mahesh, and hearing this, Prithvi assures them that now he is not going to stop anyone from meeting Mahesh since his health is getting better. Preeta, coming from the door, asks that who is Prithvi to say this, because Prithvi doesn't even have any authority to do anything like this. Preeta walks to Karan with the pea soup, saying that he should help Mahesh drink it. Preeta put the tray and turning to Prithvi. Preeta asks that who is Prithvi, that he is going to tell them about the mental condition of Mahesh and where Mahesh is going to stay. Prithvi asks that who is Preeta, as even he knows that Preeta is just a physiotherapist and she is nothing else. Preeta signals to Prithvi to stop talking and she asks everyone to come down with her since she needs to talk with them. Prithvi stops, saying that not everyone will come because she has fired Mona and now someone needs to take care of Mahesh. Preeta says that Mahesh's son is here to take care of Mahesh, so everyone else should come with her. Prithvi stops Kritika, saying that she should stay with her uncle to take care of him. Preeta is sitting downstairs with a notebook and everyone comes to stand in front of her. Preeta asks Girish to go and take care of Mahesh since it is his responsibility. Preeta asks that where is Kritika, but then Prithvi offers everyone to sit down. However, Preeta refuses, saying that there is a lot of work and Prithvi should just tell her where is Kritika. Prithvi replies that he sent Kritika to the room of Mahesh. Preeta gets angry, saying that everyone does what he or she feels like, and Preeta started shouting the name of Kritika. Kritika, coming down, asks that why is Preeta shouting, and Preeta replies that why did Kritika stay with Mahesh even when she did not ask her to. Preeta informs Kritika that she could have given her this duty, but with the current situation, she cannot even think about it. Kritika asks that why can she not meet Mahesh since he is her uncle, and Preeta is neither the principal nor the head. Preeta replies that she is the owner of this house and Kritika doesn't have any aim in her life and she has put her entire focus on Prithvi and she is becoming just like Prithvi. Kritika says that as Preeta not said a lot and Preeta informs her that if she feels so much about taking care of the family, then she can perform his other duties. Preeta asks that why is Kritika not making the breakfast every morning, and hearing this, Kritika is tensed. Preeta explains that they are celebrating the birthday of Mahesh, so Karina should prepare a list of all the guests, but she must not invite a lot of people since the party will be a family gathering, so few guests should be present, but Sherlin's mom should not be included in the list. Sherlin asks that why should her mother not come since she is the best friend of Karina, and Preeta says that Karina can herself go to Sherlin's mother's house. Preeta asks Grandma to take Raki to the kitchen since Raki knows about Mahesh's likes and dislikes and she can prepare really good food for him. Preeta also asks Raki to take Sherlin along with her as Sherlin doesn't have any other work to do. Preeta once again advised everyone that they are planning a budget party and nothing should exceed the cost, and she sits down while everyone else is still standing and she asks that why are they not doing their work. Prithvi, while walking on the stairs, falls down after trembling on the marbles. The entire family rushes to Prithvi and Binge suddenly comes there asking that where is her cough syrup, and she pushes the marble away and she signals to Preeta, who is also smiling. Preeta thinks of when Binge asks her to plan a way that she can end the plans of Prithvi, and Preeta informs Binge that she has a plan, so Binge should play something that causes Prithvi to fall, then she will be able to prove that Prithvi is not in his senses, so everything falls according to their desires. Binge started looking at Preeta in shock, and Preeta requests Binge not to look at her like this since she needs to make this plan because of Prithvi. The entire family is helping Prithvi, and Preeta asks if Prithvi is fine and did he feel like the stairs are moving. Prithvi agrees that the stairs are moving, so Preeta calls the doctor, asking the doctor to come to their house because they will need to put Prithvi in the basement because Prithvi is also feeling that the stairs are moving. Prithvi rushes to Preeta and he ends the call and he asks if there is a joke going on here, asking that what is Preeta doing. Preeta replies that what is she doing, as Prithvi in front of everyone says that Mahesh fell down, and Prithvi said that Mahesh is mental and he is saying that the stairs are moving, and now when Prithvi himself fell down, so he is also a mental person. Preeta says that just like when Prithvi keeps on saying that Mahesh is a danger to the family, then Prithvi is also a danger to them. Prithvi asks if this is a joke, and Binge replies that why would anyone joke with him since Prithvi himself is a joke. Kritika, going to Binge, asks Binge not to talk with Prithvi like this. Preeta asks that why is Kritika talking with Binge in such a manner when Binge is a lot older than Prithvi. Karina asks that why is Preeta talking to her daughter like this. Preeta replies that she will not say anything, but she will decide what happens to everyone. So if Prithvi is not sent to the basement, then Mahesh would also not be sent to the basement, and both of them have the same mental state. And if Mahesh was seeing the stairs floating, then Prithvi is also witnessing the same thing. Preeta offers to call the doctor and review the entire backstory, and Prithvi explains that since the past 2 years, he had been trying to take control of the Luthra Empire, but then Preeta came and this caused him immense shock, so he lost his mental state. Preeta explains that she is going to call the doctor who would come and give Prithvi some treatment or even a shock treatment, and after which Prithvi will be declared as a mental person. Prithvi thinks that Preeta has won the game and she will prove him as a mental person, so now he has to do something that will make the situation turn in his favor. Prithvi apologized to Preeta and to everyone, and he informs everyone that he might be mistaken that something was on the stairs because he had fallen because of his own cramp. Prithvi tells everyone that he feels as if nothing was wrong with Mahesh and Mahesh is completely healthy, and everyone begins to smile. Preeta turns back and the decorator comes there, and Preeta asks Raki to go and help Mahesh get ready. Mahesh is really happy while playing the game with Girish, and Girish asks if he should bring it, but then Mahesh replies that he should not bring it because if he brings it, then Raki will scold him since she doesn't like it. Raki is standing in the hall. Mahesh says that Girish asks if he would like to have the laddu, but he refused since Raki would get angry. But Girish replies that this is the quality of the house, as whenever someone is angry with someone, then they tend to stand angry only for a little time, but the other person consoles them, and they all are really nice, including Mahesh. Raki enters the room asking Mahesh that what happened, and Mahesh replies that Girish asks if he would like to have the laddu, but he said that Raki would get angry. However, Raki asks if Mahesh remembers Girish, and Mahesh asks if he should not have remembered Girish since he has been with him for a long time. Raki asks if Mahesh would like to have the laddu, and Mahesh asks if Raki is serious, but Raki assures Mahesh that she will give him if he likes to eat them. Mahesh agrees to eat, so Raki sends Girish to bring the laddu. Karan thinks that he will not go into the room because his mother and his father do not get to spend some time together since Mahesh has been mentally unstable. So now that they are finally together, he will not disturb them. Okay guys, thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.